I hope you're ready for another blockbuster. This time, it's Jennifer Anderson, West Ward. I know the whole Brad Pitt thing is a bit weak, but Jennifer assures me that her boyfriend is actually better looking. I don't know. I didn't meet him. I'll have to interview him next. So, let's meet Jen. She came from a time when there were only 2 women on the council. She was a pioneer, shall we say. She voted in votes where she was the only one against the 8 other councillors. I don't know what she was voting on. Probably that's why we're in the mess we're in now, I suppose. But look, she's extremely accomplished. I was actually very impressed, of course. She's done some wonderful stuff, and she brought me to tears with an amazing number of things that she's doing. Like all of the councillors, they all seem very capable and busy, which is real surprising. So let's stop mucking about and let's get on with Jen.
We're very excited today. We've got Jen, another woman. Okay, it's gone crazy. We've got too many now. No, that's not true. She is standing in the West Ward, which, as we know, is a very competitive ward. And we've already had two people from the West Ward, I think. So, Jennifer, you're standing again.
Yes.
This is the 3rd time.
Correct.
So, everybody should know you, shouldn't they?
No, not really. I mean, basically all our towns have had a lot of turnover. We have a lot of transient people. We've got a lot of older people that will have moved out because grandkids to look after, etc. Lots of young families coming in. So lots of new people.
Who is Jennifer Anderson?
Who am I? Well, I work part-time as a doctor, as a general practitioner, and I do that in Melbourne. So I commute 2 days a week, which is about what 50% of our Shire's currently doing, although we're all learning to work from home now. So I'm currently working from home because I don't want to go between restriction level 4 to 3. It's a great job, and I chose to go back there when I ran for council. I was working at Lancefield Country Practice, and then when I got on to council, I chose to not work in the region just because there's an overlap often between what you might find out as a doctor, which is quite confidential, and issues that go before council. And that seems to have worked very well.
Yeah.
What else do? I love my gardening. I love my cycling. I love my hiking. And so I guess that's part about living here is there's so much of that you can have access to. I've got 3 chickens. And I've learned heaps about chickens from the Kite and Poultry Society, which has been so much fun since I've been on council. I've been able to go there. Couple of other hats I wear since being on council. I'm chair of the Loddon Mallee Waste and Resource Recovery Group, which is a state government group trying to get less waste out there and more recycling and recovery. And I'm on the Municipal Association of Victoria board, which is the peak body for all councils. So, pretty busy.
In your 2 terms, what have been the big differences between the first and the second?
I think in the second term, it's been good to have a better variety of people on the council, so different ages, stages of life, different attitudes, and that's been reflected in a lot of the decisions made in council meetings where you're getting different people voting differently and having different things, whereas in my first term on council, perhaps it was a little bit, most of the people on seemed to be still thinking the same way, and so there was a lot of times where I was voting in the minority of sometimes only 1, but other times it might be a 6-3 or 8-2, that sort of thing. So that it's been nice to have that variety of different views and opinions, and everyone being very respectful and really thinking about what people are saying, and often going, you know what, hadn't thought of that, and changing their minds. So it's been fantastic.
I guess you obviously want to be elected again.
Yes.
You're up for it. It is something you want to do, even despite
Yes.
I don't know how you fit the time in. It's quite sounds like a lot of work to me. And
you fit it in because the community helps you. If they tell you what they want and they talk to you, it makes it a lot easier because you're hearing from them and you've got that basis to go on.
Yeah, so well, let's get to the hard bit. Why should the citizens of the West Ward vote for Jennifer Anderson?
Well, hopefully you've seen that I've been doing a good job so far. There's a lot of planning issues out there that are going to come before us in the next 4 years. And so 8 years of experience on council, I've got a pretty good knowledge of planning. So there's going to be some big applications that are going to come before us in Kyneton. There's a whole lot of work going on in some of the other towns, and what happens in other towns does affect Kyneton particularly, but also Wood End, Malmesbury, all the towns. And so those sort of things I think I've got a good handle on and want to progress those. Heritage is another thing. I think it's so important, the heritage of our towns, and that's something I've advocated for a long time. Public open space, footpaths, cycleways, so much more that I want to advocate for on your behalf.
So speaking of planning, obviously that's a very vexed question, and there's lots of problems there. When we annex Trentham, do you think it should become part of the East? The West or the South Ward?
Oh, well, so part of Trentham is in Hepburnshire, and Trentham East is in Macedon Ranges. And
no, I want to get the whole lot.
You want to get all of Trentham in our shire?
Yeah. I want Annie Smithers and everything.
Well, they do Victorian Electoral Commission reviews, so that's something that happens at a state level.
Well, can't we just sort of just redraw the lines?
No, it wouldn't be. It's not that simple. Look, I mean, when they amalgamated the councils, there was a lot of contention there, and ultimately you get to have your say, but it's a state government decision.
Right. Well,
sorry, can't help you there with that one, Paul.
You see, this is the thing about the council.
Some things we can't do.
Exactly. And I mean, you could spend all day telling me the things that council do and don't do. For example, do you do the NBN?
No, we don't do the NBN, but we can advocate. If we know there are pockets of service that's not working or we need extra, but we don't lay it out and we don't have the government's decision where it goes.
I heard no. Okay, that's fine.
What about doesn't mean we ignore it though.
She won't stop. What about the gas? What about the gas? When are we getting the gas?
Well, I mean, you've got to look at natural gas.
Remit?
Yeah, no, but in terms of natural gas these days, you've got to look at renewable energy, I think, in terms of saving the planet. And gas, really, if you look at what's happening around the world, everyone's going away from gas and is looking at renewable energy. And so that's what we should be thinking of. Rather than saying, when are we getting the gas, we should look at what is the best form of electricity supply and utilities to wherever the service is needed.
Wow. I was going to try and cut you off, but you ended on a wonderful cadence. Damn it! Okay, so I'm just going to imagine that we cut there. I'm going to get that's. Look, I think. Do you feel happy with what you've done so far?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I'm not very good with interviews, Paul.
Now that's all the easy stuff out the way. Thanks very much, Jen. It's been great having you on. But now I want to know what you know and what you think about the Macedon Ranger's voice.
Well, I think any group of people that are willing to put themselves out there, put in an effort to try and get people to know a little bit more about candidates standing, it's got to be a good thing. I mean, people will take from it what they want to take from it, as long as they've got an understanding that you had a genuine heart, that you just wanted to interview some people in a light-hearted way.
Yeah.
So you can get an opportunity to get to know us.
Not to stop.
Thank you for watching that candidate profile. I hope to bring you many more very soon. If you are a candidate, make sure you contact the Macedon Ranger's Voice. And if you're interested, please join the group and like the videos and share our posts. We're trying to bring as many people into the discussion as possible and as many people to find out as much as they can about this election, which is going to be a crucial one for the Macedon Rangers. So see you out there with your masks on and wait for the next video. It's coming real soon.